picture this, the classic tourist scene. It's a bright t-shirt, a giant camera, and a look on someone's face that just screams, "I'm so lost." It's easy to stick out, to feel like you have a neon sign flashing over your head. It's completely disconnected from the authentic experiences happening all around you. If that sounds even remotely familiar, or if it's the exact nightmare you want to avoid on your next trip, you're in the right place. These aren't just theories. These are hard-won lessons that can take anyone from being a lonely tourist to a confident traveler. We're going to break it down into two parts. First, how to stop looking like a target, and second, the fun part, how to actually connect with the people and the place. All right, first up, ditching the tourist uniform. It's tempting to pack for pure comfort. But baggy basketball shorts and a loud t-shirt can practically scream tourist. To blend in, do your research before going. What are trends and what to avoid? You want to observe what the locals are wearing and adjust. This usually means packing light and choosing versatile, neutral-colored basics that are comfortable but still look put together. It's not about losing your style. It's about being a chameleon and showing respect. In many religious places, you must dress conservatively. You will need to dress for the weather and also to move around without attracting the wrong kind of attention. Comfortable and appropriate clothing for your destination is key. Okay, next up, your walk. Let's call it faking it till you make it. We've all seen them, the people who stop dead in the middle of a crowded sidewalk, check their phones, take a selfie, or even unfold a map the size of a small car. It just screams, "I'm lost and vulnerable." Before you even step outside, get familiar with your route on an offline map app. Then, walk with your head up like you belong, even if you're a little unsure. If you get turned around, just pop into a cafe or a shop to check your phone without an audience. This small shift in body language makes all the difference. Strategy number 3 is all about safety. This starts before you even leave home. Prioritize safety by researching your destination's customs and any specific areas to be cautious of. Financially, one of the most essential things to secure is travel insurance. It can protect you from unexpected medical emergencies or trip cancellations. Once you're there, be aware of your surroundings and always trust your intuition. If the situation feels off, it probably is. Don't walk around with a huge camera dangling from your neck or flashy jewelry. That backpack you love? It can be a pickpocket's dream in a crowded market. Consider an anti-theft bag you can sling in front of you. A great secret weapon is a travel scarf with a hidden pocket for a passport and extra cash. The whole point is to carry what you need without making yourself a blinking target. So, if this is helping, give it a like and subscribe for more tips on how to travel with confidence. And now it's your turn. What's your #1 strategy for connecting with locals? Drop it in the comments below. They all get read. Okay? So you're looking the part and moving with confidence. Now for the real magic. Turning from an observer into a participant. This is perhaps the easiest and most powerful tip. Learn a few local phrases. You don't have to become fluent overnight. But knowing how to say hello, please, and thank you in the local language shows a massive amount of respect. Locals almost always appreciate it, and it can totally change the vibe of an interaction, making people more open to helping you out. It's a tiny effort with a huge payoff. Next, get in on the action. One of the best ways to meet people is to do things where locals and travelers hang out together. For accommodations, hostels are a fantastic option. They are not just a place to sleep. They are social hubs perfect for meeting other travelers. Many are very safe and even offer female-only dorms for added comfort. Beyond where you stay, don't just see the sights. Sign up for a cooking class, a walking tour, or a local workshop. Apps like Meet are brilliant for finding groups based on what you're into, whether that's hiking, photography, or a language exchange. These structured activities make it easy and safe to start conversations. Finally, use that device in your hand for connection, not just distraction. It's crucial to stay connected, so getting a local SIM card and keeping your devices charged is a top priority. Before you even get there, you can use social media to connect with people at your destination. Joining Facebook groups for regional expats or digital nomads can give you incredible insider tips. Now, an important note on this: always be smart and stay safe. Be cautious with the personal details you share. When meeting new people, do it in a public place for the first time. Avoid risky situations. Then always share your live location with a trusted friend back home. It's just good practice. Think about the difference between feeling like an invisible observer and being an active participant. Imagine going from just taking photos of a market to sharing a coffee with a local artist you met in a workshop, who then shows you a tiny hidden gallery you'd never find in a guidebook. That's the moment it all clicks. Going from tourist to traveler isn't about pretending to be someone else. It's about being a more tuned in, respectful, and open version of yourself. It's about seeking real connections, not just things to consume. Thanks for watching, and let us know your tips for solo travel.